Yeah, as you might have guessed, that this is quite a common problem result with Rover 45s. This is the only thing that I've not actually managed to get around to in terms of the obvious problems. We've had obviously a head gasket with the engine, water leaks inside the car. We've had an alarm going off when it wants to. We think we found the reason for that. We've got hazard warning lights, which I haven't quite worked out, but I've worked out how they stop. You switch the relays over, but the relays are fine from what my tester tells me. And then we have a few other niggles here and there, like some rear washer, that sort of thing, headlining. But overall, and obviously we've got the airbag light, which may or may not go out. I may have to cut if the connections are not good, what I will do is I will cut the connections, obviously disconnect the battery and let leave the ignition off for probably a whole couple of days before I mess with the wiring, because you know, with airbags. And I'll probably cut the wires and then crimp some spade connectors on, or bullet connectors, so we'll see which one works. But today we're going to get the door cards off on this side, and we're going to have a look to see if this one in particular, that one up there, it's not quite as far gone, so we're going to see if it's actually repairable. Yeah, and we're going to do a few other jobs. For instance, the doors, as I've done in the Focus in one video, I will literally scrub the bottom of the doors. We'll have a good grease up of the window regulators. They always need a good grease up and clean out. So we'll take the door cards off and do a variety of jobs. The door card material, it's like the headlining, you can't glue them back on. Once they start going on the foam, that's it. I mean, you'd have to get it properly retrimmed, and that's a really hard job, that is. Actually, it's not simple as a headlining. It's quite flat, it's quite curved. You got to know where to cut it, so we'll have to have a look at that and see. Right, now that I've disconnected the alarm and reconnected the battery, the first procedure before lowering these windows, we're going to need to lower these windows, by the way, I suspect, to take these door cards out, is to put loads of silicone all on the edge and all up the side. I'm going to have to go inside the door and put a load of silicone all the way around, so that when we do lower the windows, it eases just as much as we possibly can for it to not break the regulator. We don't want something else breaking. I'm just going to and just put some silicone all up there. I know it's a bit excessive, but it does the trick. And then especially there we go. I let that soak straight in now. I'm just going to pop this back in. It's a good job of having the seats so you can put all your stuff in the car. Now I'm just going to let that soak in. Now the first thing to do, that I've been told, is to take that screw out, okay, Phillips screw, move this handle this way to see how we can engage it off the door lock. Right. Not quite sure when this video actually comes out, but I know that for a fact that it's been a while since I've actually worked on the car. It's been about a week or so, due to the fact that I caught COVID from work, which was brilliant. And I can tell you what, it's as vicious as ever. One day you think you're getting better, and the next day it comes back again. Now, I've got to just move this to the right hand side, I believe. I think I've got to just pry it back out. If you get a trim tool like this, just pry it out. So it goes back again. Now, let's move this to the right hand side. Just pry it back out. You get a trim tool like this. Pry it out. Yes. See, it's around the door. Short white. Now, technically, if I pry like in, push it forwards this way, and if I put it, it's fine. Really hard to do. Plus, it's that way, like, around the corner, you've got to force it out of the little metal groove in the actual door, and it just comes out like this. It's quite sticky. Move. Come on. You know, when other YouTubers do a
door card, Rover 45 door card removal, and the door handle just slides off and comes off in their hand. You know it's been off a few times. This has not been off in a few years. I had to use this. I had to use a piece of tissue to protect the trim with a pry bar. I had to get a screwdriver on that side. Jesus Christ, you know, and it's raining foam. Let me know. Well, it's nice to know the foam is completely expired on this thing. We're going to deal with that at some time. I'm going to actually look at that inside. Now, once you've got it on, you see these little tags. This is what you've got to slide it this way to get it off the tags, off these little holes in the inside. So that's why you've got to move it so far. Felt like it. Now, oh, that's interesting. Now this little plastic tag here holds the connector rod on, but it's actually already come off, which is great. So now it'd just be a case of getting a screwdriver underneath that lever and pushing up to hook it off the connector on the plastic handle. So just lever it gently and it falls off. Sorry, I did just make sure it doesn't drop. And yes, I did make a couple of marks, but it's not to worry, these things do happen. Okay, so basically you're unhooking it from that plastic piece, but that plastic piece is supposed to come across and support the arm, but it was actually not supporting it. Maybe it's just me wiggling it out that actually disturbed it. But anyway, we've got that done. Now you take that screw out, okay, that pop screw, and there's 2 screws under the arm, and then we'll proceed with the next shot. Okay, so little pick, just to pick at the centre nut. Oh, actually, I need a pick. Preferably, you need one of these. Okay, that goes round the corner, and it will just literally pick the centre, get it out, just go all the way around. Don't rush, because these can be a bit stuck in the middle. I've got plenty of these, by the way. Should be able to. No. Come out in one go. So I'll put that aside. Now, 2 Phillips screws. I would recommend you use a bigger Phillips. I can find the screws. They're just directly in front of me. Silly. Go. These are quite tight. They always are. So always put a bit of pressure. If you've got a manual impact driver, that would help. Now, the next procedure, I've got to wind the window down, but basically you pull on the bottom of the door very carefully. There you go, there's clips, not screws, clips. I've dealt with that before. And just go all the way around and just break them one at a time. There you go. Now it should just ease up like that. I'll tell you something, the foam is completely gone in this. I'm not sure what to do, and I don't know what sort of material this is. It's some sort of velvety. But you've got to lift this door card over the door lock. I don't know whether this tweeter panel is going to get in the way, so we'll see about that at some point. Oh, actually, it should. It's gone. Yeah, I think. Completely gone apart from what's on the Twitter, right? The tweeter. It's literally just held in by a couple of clips, and yeah, that's it. Now you have got the electrical connection, which I'll have a look at in a second, but literally just get a pry bar there and just, and it comes straight off. Should I just, there we go. Oh, out we come. Just like that. And as we can see, like, it's just completely, like, there's nothing holding that on. it looks better than what it is on the inside, but the truth is that's going to be tricky because it's not actually done from the inside. I'm going to clean this up anyway, but this is a tricky upholstery job. This is very, very tricky. To be honest with you, I just want to leave it. I might put some contact adhesive around here, even though it's probably no good. I mean, look at that. I'll probably just get, oh god, it's raining foam. I'll probably just vacuum some of the foam out, and we'll see what we can do with this bit, because this is covered up, but most of it is actually, it's okay. So I'm quite happy with this one, but we're gonna have to clean it up a little bit. So this isn't hanging, I'll just take out the electrical connection. Come on. It's a bit messy around here. Blooming hell, red. Why are they spraying the cars? The door's red. That's weird. Anyway, tweeter in there. Now I believe that there's clips, but I think it's just broken around the membrane. But yeah, I'm gonna have a right good look in there, because yeah, I can already see this job developing into a much bigger job than expected. So that's your hook for your handle, so that operates the outer door handle. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to carefully peel back. I mean, to be honest with you, do they need this membrane? Probably not, but it's ideal to put it back where it came from. We've got the door lock up there. Okay, there's one bolt there. Oh no, that's the window reg. So this is where you've got to lower the window down. So I'll just take the rest of this back down so I can actually see the inside. So that's really not bad at all, but it's going to need a washout. The whole door's going to have to be washed out like I did with the Focus. I intend to do this job once and properly. Could take the whole thing off. There you go. Shut that inside. Right, let's lower the window down. Now what we've got to do, I've had to put the window back up because I realised that you do need it up for this. You take out that bolt there, and there's another bolt just there. Take them both out gently. As you can see, that was a little bit slow and then it went a bit fast. So yeah, it's been greased up and it isn't bent. I can see that. I'm just going to give it some lubrication around that point. But there's a lot of gunk here, which we do need to clean this out before I silicone that. But it doesn't look too bad, but it does need a bit of a degrease inside. Now this bolt I'm taking out is actually the dodgy one, where the plastic is just starting to go. I think I could help this one. That back one though, don't know. It's too far gone for me. That's quite loose. They only go into plastic housings, and it's the plastic housings that break, unfortunately. Right, ratchet spanner for this one, I think, because it's firm up against the regulator. And you should just connected via that rod, and what you've got to do is just disconnect that rod away from the yeah, that'll be fine. What you got to do is you've got to unwind that rod, so you've got to spin this handle around, so you've got to get it away from the door and then spin it round to wind it off the rod. What we'll do, we'll just start from the top and have it all just soak all the way down as far as we can. I want to take that stereo out, but
I'm not too bothered, it does work. It's still intact as well. Meanwhile, this stupid security shield is going straight in the bin. It is not there to reinforce these at all. It is simply to be a complete annoyance apart from anybody other than the burglars, because why wouldn't you be annoyed by that? I'll tell you where that's going. I know some people say scrap. No, I haven't got much of a scrap metal pile. Bin. Unfortunately, my bin of disappointment broke as well. Right, let's put that back in. So we've got the handle off. Now what we need to do is clean out the door. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to degrease it and then hose it off. Right, that was made 10 times harder by a security shield that I assume only the facelift models got, because I've not seen them on any other 45. Basically, you've got a ball joint that goes in there. You can just spin it off, but the problem is, because of the shield in the way, you can't actually spin it off the actual rod. So you have to get a pry bar and pop it off this little like ball joint thing, and then you're done. So you can see the problem. That's intact. That's not. I've got the brass bit that I showed you, but unfortunately half the plastic ring is missing. This is going to be our issue on the back one as well. The plastic gets brittle, it snaps, but I'm going to try and repair it. Now, one thing I've noticed, look how shallow the glass is. The glass literally ends here. The window is fully up and the glass literally ends like where my finger is. On Fords it's like that. So you can see where they saved a bit of weight. I mean, that always makes sense, because a lot of manufacturers do that now, where they cut the glass so finely that there's literally no excess glass when the window's fully up. Makes a lot of sense. We are all degreased now. Now we're just going to flush it through with some water. Yeah. Quite satisfying doing this. Has to be done every so often. Yeah, don't worry about the electrics, I'll sort them out at a later point. Now, I've just put some contact cleaner on all the electrics, okay? It's all good now, so just clean it all off, clean it back, and do a bit of cleaning around here. And, well, I've got to go over this area anyway, because this is just like, it was full of moss and algae. And that is satisfying. I'm just using a wet wipe. I'm gonna do all the doors on this car in exactly the same way. Probably do the front door, even though there's nothing wrong with the handle on that side. It's definitely going to be looked at. That is nice. Luckily these are not bent. These can get bent, but I suspect because they've had the security tag, it wasn't such an issue. Leave that, and I'll just let it dry off. Now go do the back card. Now, what I have done quickly off camera is given this seal a bit of a clean. I can't remove it fully because obviously it goes around the door check strap, but you literally just wipe it from this seam, take it out this clip, and just pop it out from the side. So you've got all these like popping holes, and then just give it a bit of a clean around here, around all where this is. It looks much cleaner now, and this is now not completely gunked up. I'm just going to now leave that to dry, and we'll get on with this door, because this is just desperate. I believe it's the same procedure as before. Take the screw out, and then I think we've got to slide it this way. Might be wrong, but it looks worse on camera, this door card actually. It looks a bit more tenty, but nevertheless, it's going to come out. That's a very slow window, that is.
Yeah, should be able to. You need help, sir. A minute. Right, this is a classic example of where you need to put silicone right all on the runners, and I'm going to shoot it down there, but we'll get this handle off first. So we take that out, and if you can see on this one, the plastic piece is actually over the top of the hook, so you've got to move that plastic piece just round the corner and then hook up that rod. This door card seems a bit less, even less reluctant. I mean, look, you can see in here, foam is just, yes, it's completely gone on this one. Okay, right, I think now we just take these two Phillips screws out. I think that's what gets this door card off. Well, I'm hoping very soon to be going to some car shows. Well, I'm hoping this goes to the Pride of Longbridge. We are creeping forward very closely now to that time of the year, and there's no way that unless something happens on the day or very close before, unless the head gasket decides to explode again, there's no way that this is not going to something like that. I believe the procedure is exactly the same. Just pull up the clips very gently with your fingers, going all the way around very gently. So now these clips enjoy breaking. They are fragile. Just lift it over the hook. Come on. There we go. Once it's gone, it all goes. What I have discovered is that it's very easy to get to that bolt up there holding the handle on, but the one that's broken, I think you'd have to take the latch out. Yeah, you're going to have to take these 3 bolts out and drop the latch slightly to actually get access. Sometimes I just find it easy just to put my hand in there and actually thread it out by hand. Ratchet spanners are great, but when they don't ratchet because the bolt is actually quite loose, it's quite difficult actually. So that's just like I'm doing here, just ease it off. Watch the plastic, because this is plastic, it will bend, but just ease it off that way and it will come off. That's okay again. Yeah, that's perfectly okay. This one completely snapped. In fact, someone's tried to repair that before and it's failed. Right, what I've done, I've put locking pliers on the brass outer, or the plastic or brass outer, with a little bit of a rag just to protect the paint, because I don't want any paint coming off. I've had to use my impact driver to remove the bolts for the latch. So I've moved the latch down and we've got a clear shot now at that screw. So I'm just going to try and wind it off with the ratchet and hold it with the locking pliers. Touch wood. At least access is a bit easier to get this bolt undone. Oh, yeah, that's half the issue. It's actually seized. So I've got to hold that and then turn the bolt. Right, what I've done, I've put locking pliers on the brass outer, or the plastic or brass outer, with a little bit of a rag just to protect the paint, because I don't want any paint coming off. I've had to use my impact driver to remove the bolts for the latch. So I've moved the latch down and we've got a clear shot now at that screw. So I'm just going to try and wind it off with the ratchet and hold it with the locking pliers. Touch wood. Right. Just wind that through. Oh, it's coming, it's coming. There you go. Straightforward access via the latch. So that's how they designed it. What's happened is that is seized inside there, pulled away from the plastic. Now, unfortunately, that handle looks really bad, so I think that's going to have to be a replacement job. Someone's already had a go at doing it before. It's one of those things. Let's take it out. See if I can, I don't know. This is the brass fitting, so I'll keep this anyway, but what we're going to do now is just, say, clean up all this, clean the latch out and sort all that out, but I'll just show you the handle. As I say, it's been done before, so it's paint chipping here and there. It's not a brilliant example, it's okay, but the idea is the brass fitting would sit in there, but someone's just gone and, I don't know what this is. It's gone hard, it's gone brittle. We'll have a look, but I'm not promising anything. I've literally doused this seal in silicone and it's been cleaned up so well. You literally hook it back on that clip there, which is a bit fiddly, and then just put it in this groove and then clip all these back into the sides and you're done. And I present to you the tidiest seal on this car. It's actually black, it's not grey, black. That's the difference, and that's what makes it look good. I'm just going to give all that a bit of a clean up, and it will dry down soon, but I suspect it's going to rain, so I'm going to quickly wince over with this, clean it all out, and then we're just going to leave this job as it is. We're just going to take everything back inside. The truth of this job is it's going to be a couple of parts to sort this out. I'm going to have a look at the door handles and we'll go from there, but I suspect that this one, I mean, it's the fact that it's been done before and it's got paint chips on it. I'm like, well, it's going to be resprayed as well. I'm like, where'd you go with that? So I think asking around is my next option. What I'd also advise is just operating the motor so you can get it at different positions, and just put a bit of GT85 along the runners, because this is half the problem. Bit around here, be very sparing, because dirt can build up and then it gets jammed, and then it basically, I think it bends here. I think that's half the issue. So if I just operate the window, if I can find the switch, where's it gone? That is a lot better. Gone a bit slow. Again, we've got it here, so we might as well just go over this bit and the top runners as well. Okay, because we've got like the other side, and then if I can just peek through here. There we go. Be very generous. Get the switch. There's a point at which the motor is still a little bit struggling. I can hear the motor. Bit more silicone along the runners. What I'm going to do is put some GT85 in here as well, just in that groove there. But as I say, just keep going with this. Right, one last time we try again. That's a lot better. That's a lot more free now than it was before. Now it's half a can of GT85, but it is amazing stuff. It really is, and it's all had a really good clean out down there, which is what you want. I think I might just go over these gears, just put a bit of GT85 on along the gears, and that's it.
God, it takes a million years for that to go up and down. We'll have to do a before and after compare on this, but before then we'll degrease this. Just literally supplant the usual along the runners. Oh, my blooming straw's gone. And all along in there if you can, because that is where the window runs. So if you inject it straight there, it will go down, and hopefully it will keep going down. A bit on the gears as well. That really helps. So just do it as thoroughly as you can, and we'll see what the results are in a few minutes. Yeah, I've run out of GT85, but just keep on going backwards and forwards, particularly when the window is up, because there's tons of moss that is just stuck inside the window. Now let's see how good it is now. I think we can safely say that is much happier, much quicker. At least I know it's all been greased, cleaned. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to end the video there, because what we're going to do next is put the seal back on. That needs cleaning, but I'm going to clean that in the house. I'm going to look at the door handles, take all the gummings back in, and we're going to leave that as it is, because that's all done. That is all we're going to do for today. I'm going to leave you there, but it is slowly coming together. Naturally, I will repeat this on the other side, but not removing the door handles, because they don't need removing. This door handle, I'll just show you now, it has been resprayed. There's nothing wrong with it, but the paint's gone. So I'm going to respray that in Starlight Silver going forward. But apart from that, we might have a bit of a moss job. As I say, I said I'd leave this to last, including the driver's one, you know. This is going to be quite interesting. In fact, let's just start. Woo! That's just really, really bad. I don't think this window is going to move. Oh, damn it. Shall we just peel this off? Come on. Oh, come on. Christ. Yeah. Oh, God. Let me think. Wow, that looks 10 times better already. It's just literally stuck. I mean, there's still stuff stuck in there, but... Well, I'm glad that's off, because it's now starting to look like a car. Now, shall we just do the driver's side while we're at it? I think the driver's side is more embedded. Yeah, it is. It's more deep embedded. I mean, we've even got grass in there as well, but we'll get around to doing that. But yeah, that's good now. That looks fantastic. Yeah, right. I am probably going to do something on the alarm going forward. Reseal that up, probably throw the battery away because it's absolutely useless. Yeah, okay, we'll go from here. Take care, guys. See you soon.